What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. In this video today, we're going to be talking about another Kcorp update video. Obviously, throughout the whole spring split, we tracked Reckless and Kcorp. We're going to be doing that again in the summer. And the last time we left off checking in with Kcorp, they had their first week of the summer split of the LFL season. They went 1-1 with a pretty bad loss to a team that they probably should have beat. So not the hottest start to the season for Reckless and the boys, but they'd be looking to bounce back in week 2. But then we're also going to be talking about some very, very big new Kcorp news. There's actually a couple different stories that came out this week that are all very, very exciting and should get you excited about the future for Kcorp if you are a Carmine Corp fan, but also if you're just a fan of League of Legends in the West or League of Legends in Europe, because Kcorp is so popular. They are good for the ecosystem as a whole. So I'm just very, very excited about this. So let's get right into it. First, checking in with Kcorp's week 2 games. Game 1, they were actually playing against Gamers Origin, as you can see here, which some of the names of the LFL teams are just so dumb to me. Like, we have Game Ward and Gamers Origin. Like, why do we have to have Gamers Game? It sounds like the same team. I thought I was making a mistake seeing that they were playing against the same team again, but no, it's just two different teams that have almost the same terrible name. But whatever. Gamers Origin is who they're playing up against, and not really one of the stronger teams in the league. Not really any players that I'm too familiar with. And this was an easy win for Kcorp. Reckless going 3-0-2 on the Zaya. Hantera with a nice 0-0-7 scoreline. Saken continues to play really, really well. He, ever since EU Masters, he has been really playing consistently well for this Kcorp team, when at times during the spring split and into the spring playoffs, he struggled a little bit. Seems like he's figured some stuff out, and he has honestly just been a real consistent threat for them. And if Saken is playing well on top of Reckless and Cabochard usually being pretty consistent, this Kcorp team's going to be scary once again. But yeah, nothing too crazy here. Just overall pretty easy win for Kcorp. 12,000 gold lead, 10 kills to 3, 11 towers to 1. Nice easy win. They got the job done. They beat a team that they were supposed to. But then the second match of the week against BDS Academy, this would be a much tougher opponent. BDS Academy is interesting because if you look at their roster, they have Reeker in the mid lane now. Obviously, the Mad Lions mid laner from last split, but they also have Adam in the top lane, who is obviously BDS's, the LEC team's top laner last split, and played on Fnatic just 2 splits ago, and played at Worlds just 2 splits ago. So this is a pretty good team. BDS Academy was good last split. Maybe they're a little bit better now, maybe they're worse. Obviously they have Dreamer Ace coming in. I want to say Shorter Ace for some reason. They have Dreamer Ace coming in as well. They have Crown Shot. Overall, this should be a pretty good team. This was a much closer game. You can see Kcorp did end up getting the dub, but it was closer, like a 4,000 gold lead, 16-9 in kills. But this one was Reckless popping off, 9-1-6 on the Misfortune. Hantera with another good game, 0-11. Saken pulling out Swain and Talia, two of the kind of newer mid laners that have been brought into the mid lane with the durability patch and some updates and stuff like that. But this is just a kind of a wombo comp with Rakan, Ornn, and J4 all setting up for the crazy Misfortune team fights and ults and stuff. And Reckless played it well. He had a nice game, nice score line. And yes, Kcorp bounces back from their rough 1-1 start to the season for a 2-0 week, which you love to see. This does put them right now tied for 3rd in the standings. They're still behind LDLC, who's 3-0, and Vitality B, that's 3-0, at least at the time that I'm recording this. But actually, Gamers Origin and Game Ward are both 3-1. I did not know that. So that is a little bit interesting. These two teams both starting out very good. Obviously, Game Ward, I believe, is the team with Jekyllad on it, so they are expected to be at least solidly decent. But Gamers Origin, I'm surprised to see that they are 3-1, so honestly, it's a pretty good win for Kcorp. And then, yeah, next week, Kcorp is going to be taking on Mirage, Elandra, and Solare. I think Solare is one of the weaker teams in the league right now at 0-4. So, hey, we'll see how this goes. Maybe this will be a little bit of an easier week for Kcorp, but that's what I also thought the first week before they dropped one of these games. But I don't know. It seems like things are going better for them right now. But again, it's a long split. You have the whole regular season, then you have playoffs, then you have EU Masters. You know, the stuff going on right now doesn't really matter too much. But this is at least cool to see. But now get into some of the big news. This was one of the huge things that Kcorp had announced. Obviously, I already made a video where, Kometo was talking a little bit about KCX2, where there were some LEC teams getting mad and they were trying to cry to Riot about like, hey, don't let Kcorp do this. Why should Kcorp be allowed to do something like this? And Kometo's just like, hey, they're just mad that they can't do anything like this, that they don't have the fan base, they don't have the capability of doing an awesome in-person show or an in-person fan meetup or whatever. But this was actually the full announcement. Ended up being very, very sick. This is KCX2. It's going to be at Kcorp Arena, which apparently was the venue that, I don't know, somebody sent this to me. Same venue as the World's 2019 Finals, which is just crazy. And they are going to have a Valorant match, because they do have a Valorant team right now that's apparently getting ready for, the franchising applications and stuff too. I have to imagine that Kcorp's going to make it into the Valorant franchising, which will just add to their brand, add to their money and stuff even more, make them even stronger and crazy as a whole esports organization, not just like a League of Legends team. But they're going to have a Valorant match, then they're going to have a halftime music show, and then that's going to lead us into the League of Legends match. I don't know which team they're going to be playing against. It's June 21st. I believe it's BDS Academy again, but we can actually check into that real quick. June 21st. Oh, it's going to be against Misfits Academy, so that should be a pretty interesting game. So yes, they're going to have an in-person match, 12,000 seats. Opening the tickets was June 10th, so that actually happened today, and I believe they sold out very, very quickly. But this is going to be crazy to see, because obviously 12,000 people in attendance for an LFL regular season game, that's insane. That's like LCS playoffs. That's like LEC playoffs level type game. That's obviously like a world final type game. That is really, really crazy. And the fact that they were able to sell this out, if they're able to get everybody in there with no, COVID issues, anything like that, this is going to be insane. This is just going to add to their hype, their excitement, everything even more. And obviously it's going to make them even more attractive for Riot on the Valorant side of things, trying to get into franchising, but also on the League of Legends side of things, to potential sponsors and investors and all that kind of stuff, but also to Riot potentially maybe expanding to 12 teams to get them into the LEC, or just to be able to get more and more money to make a bid at purchasing one of the 10 LEC slots right now. This is going to be crazy. It's going to be insane. Paris is going to be bumping. Seeing the Valorant team in person, seeing Reckless back in front of the fans, the crowd's going to be crazy, and I just love how Kcorp is pushing the boundaries, and this is what makes me love this team and love following this organization and everything they do so much, and it's also what makes their fans so excited too. There's always cool, new, exciting things going on. Kometo and his team are always pushing the boundaries. We also have the fact that Red Bull, they kind of announced what they were doing. They have this really, really awesome documentary about Kcorp and them, kind of their journey to win the EU Masters title. This is a 41-minute long video. It's in French. I believe it has English captions. Really, really cool thing. You can see the moments where the team actually wins the trophy, all this stuff. It's really, really cool, really exciting. And this is called Backstory. It's kind of a series. And this is just episode 1. I'm not sure what the rest of the series is going to be. I'm not sure what episode 2 is going to be, if it's going to be the off season, if it's going to be following them into kind of this new split and all that. I don't know, but this was kind of their big hyped up project with Red Bull, which is another really, really cool thing. And then finally, the last big news that I want to talk about in this video: Kcorp is proud to introduce TikTok France as an official partner for the KCX2. This is awesome. Obviously, TikTok is a massive, massive entity. They're an organization, whatever, social media with so much money, so many users, so much hype, such a big brand, such a big name. And this just means even more money, even more resources for Kcorp, which again, I think is going to make them even more attractive, even more lucrative for a push into the LEC for Riot. And it's also going to give them more money and resources to maybe end up being able to push for buying an LEC team or slot headed into the 2023 season. But either way, it just means that this event's going to be even bigger, even crazier. I can't wait to see what the TikTok activation is going to be, or exactly how they use this sponsorship to the best of their abilities. But either way, it's going to mean cold hard cash going into the pockets of Kcorp, which I assume they're going to use very, very aggressively and very, very wisely. So yeah, just a ton of Kcorp news coming out this week, and a ton of stuff that I was really excited to talk about and wanted to get out to you guys. But that is pretty much it for this video today. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about Kcorp's week 2, how you think the the summer split is going for them. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions, or any of the other stories we talked about in this video. Subscribe, stay up to date on my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.